Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name is Landon, and here we play Jank. But today I want to go over some of the latest news that has been announced for the Pokemon trading card game. First off, we have confirmation of our rotation here outside of Japan, and it is going to be happening April 14th, 2023. And the reason for that is basically that's 2 weeks after the Scarlet and Violet set will be released. After a set is released, they wait 2 weeks before it's tournament legal. So as soon as Scarlet and Violet are tournament legal, we are going to rotate all D cards out of the format. That is from basically the Sword and Shield base set to Vivid Voltage, and a little bit in that shiny set, that special set after Vivid Voltage, or maybe it was before. Man, I am forgetting. But all D block cards are going to be removed. I feel like that is the most important thing to say, so that's why I put it right up front here. April 14th, all D cards are going to be removed from the format, meaning we have a lot less cards. Especially, the biggest loss, I think, for the format is going to be the Shady Dealings Inteleon engine. That's going to be gone. No more Shady Dealings, no more Scoop Up Net for even more Shady Dealings. That is huge. I'm going to do a video later on about all the big stuff that we lose in rotation, my opinions about that, and what cards we can play instead of, that kind of stuff. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. Definitely something I've been thinking about and I think would make a interesting video. But to get back to the news, I just want to point out I am once again on PokeBeach. Fantastic website. Highly recommend using them, as I have been using them for a while now. Another important thing to discuss when it comes to rotation is the fact that in the article they state, for digital play on Pokemon TCG Live, the standard format rotation will go into effect on March 30th. Basically, when Scarlet and Violet are released here outside of Japan, the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live is going to update their standard to what rotation will be, which means we get our standard format 2 weeks earlier. Also, the big thing that everyone's talking about is the fact that this article does not state Pokemon Trading Card Game Online included in that at all. It is not mentioned here at all. A lot of people are speculating that that means come March 30th, PTCGO will be shut down and PTCGL will be the only way to play online. I personally am not going to believe that until I see a statement saying that. I think PTCGL is just their baby. It's what they are in charge of, and so that is why it is being mentioned and they want people going to PTCGL. They don't want people staying on PTCGO. They're keeping it open for the fans. They're keeping it open for the players. But that's not where they want you. They want you on live because, A, that's more people testing the software. B, it's more people populating the servers, meaning everyone has a better chance of finding a match closer to their ranking, all that stuff. It's a lot better overall for the players. But because of the bug issues that Live has, I'm not sold on the fact that they are ready to say goodbye to online yet. We'll have to just wait and see on that one. Wait and see if new information comes out. I'll bring that to you. I think that's pretty big news. But yeah, so that is some general information about rotation that I found very important. In addition, expanded format will not rotate. We expected that. I don't really play expanded. I don't know many people that do, and people that do often, they don't. they have issues with it, just like anyone has issues with any format they play in. Even Standard currently, people have issues. I have issues. I'm not the biggest fan of, say, Lugia V-Star and Archeops, but that's the way the game is, and we have to deal with that. I know people in Expanded feel the same way about different cards. So, the other news, I did a short on this because it missed my previous news video, but it has been confirmed here outside of Japan for the tool cards being errata, so there's no more item tools, it's just tools. Tools are no longer item cards starting at rotation, which is April 14th. At least I'm pretty sure that is the start date. It talks about when, I guess it might technically happen when pre-releases start, because, when those cards start being played in pre-release events, you gotta play with the new errata rules. But I don't think those rules will apply in any tournaments that happen between pre-release and rotation, and I don't know the exact details. All I know is that the errata has been announced for outside of Japan, which is awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to open up a lot of play, and I know people are saying it makes tools weaker because that means there's less cards that can search for them, and you're not wrong. But moving forward, especially in standard format, you're going to have more cards that do more things with tools. So I think it's going to open up design space, and that's going to open up a lot of play there for players. So I'm really excited about that. With that announcement, they did show off Rock Chestplate here. I'll go over it very quickly. It is a trainer card, is a Pokemon tool card, Rock Chestplate. The fighting Pokemon this card is attached to takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon after applying weakness and resistance. It makes your fighting Pokemon a little bit more beefy. Not bad at all. If you're playing fighting Pokemon, I think this is definitely something you have to consider at the very least. It's not limited to a particular stage. It's not limited to EXs. It's not limited to basics. It's not limited in any way. It's just your fighting Pokemon take 30 less damage, which is pretty powerful. I mean, that's minusing the Choice Band, and Choice Band is used a lot to make up for KOs, trying to get a KO when you can't, and Rock Chestplate basically nullifies that and could keep you in the game a little bit longer. I keep saying Choice Band. I mean Choice Belt, right? Choice Band is just the older version. As well, there was actually some more cards revealed. I'm going to go over those, but before we go over the new cards, I want to talk about the old cards that are returning. Minus this first one here, we have Nest Ball returning, which anyone in the Sun and Moon format would definitely recognize and probably be as excited as I am. I love Nest Ball. It gets your basics onto the bench, so where Quick Ball you have to discard a card from your hand, Nest Ball you don't, but they go directly on the bench. They don't go into your hand. So something like Crobat V, you search out with Nest Ball, that would go directly onto the bench, not triggering the ability. I know Crobat V is going to rotate before this card comes out. It's just an example. Any card that is play from your hand and it activates an ability won't work with Nest Ball. That is the trade-off that you find with Nest Ball compared to something like Quick Ball, which will be leaving standard for the standard format at rotation. Next up, we've got Ultra Ball. We got Ultra Ball pretty recently. It's being reprinted. It's a really good card. Discard 2 cards. Search your deck for any Pokemon. Put it into your hand. A really good card. Going to see a lot of play. Already sees a lot of play. We have Crushing Hammer. Flip a coin if heads. Discard an energy from your opponent's Pokemon. Any of them. Really good card. Sees a lot of play. I believe this is Energy Search down here. It will let you search your deck for any basic energy. Pokemon Capture, flip a coin. If heads, you gust one of your opponent's Pokemon. You switch their active with one of their bench. Really good card. And then finally, it is Professor's Research. Being reprinted, going to continue in the standard format with the awesome new professors that we have. Now, there are some new cards here. First off is Penny. I do want to quick shout out to Bangarus. I think that's the name. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that because it's already, such a name. But they are providing the translations here. Which is awesome. I don't speak Japanese. I don't read Japanese. Very much appreciate the translations. All translations are possibly incorrect. So, I'm going to assume these are correct. They all seem correct. I've read them. I think they're all fair and balanced. So let's go through them. Penny, trainer card, supporter, obviously. Return one of your basic Pokemon in play and all cards attached to it to your hand. That is phenomenal. Being able to return Pokemon into your hand so it wipes out any damage counters and all cards attached to it, where Scoop Up Net currently, which is an item and doesn't work on Rule Box Pokemon, discards attached cards. This one brings them back. This can also work on Pokemon V and Pokemon EX. It is not limited to non-Rule Box Pokemon, which I think is the biggest reason why this card is so good. A lot of basic Pokemon support seems to be coming out with Scarlet and Violet. I'm a little disappointed with that personally. Like we mentioned earlier, formats, not everyone is always excited for them. I prefer heavy evolution formats, and I think they're a lot more interesting, especially when you have formats with multiple evolution lines of Pokemon, so you never know what's coming. Those are the ones that excite me the most. This one is still a powerful card, and anyone playing basics really has to pay attention to this, in my opinion. Next up, we have Jank, I think that's how you say it. Trainer supporter card. Search your deck for up to 2 evolution Pokemon cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. He just searches out 2 evolution cards. Not going to really see any play. Anytime you're going to play this, you'd probably rather play down a Professor's Research, draw 7, get a brand new hand, that kind of stuff. Very limited in the way that this can be played, especially with all the basic support coming out. So I don't think this is going to see much play, but prove me wrong, Next up, we have Arvin. Arvin. I believe that's how you say that name. Trainer, supporter, search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card. Reveal them, put them in your hand, and shuffle your deck. Remember, this is after the errata, so you cannot search out for 2 tool cards. It has to be 1 item, 1 tool, and I think that's a pretty powerful combo there. I know compared to, what's that card called? Irida? The card seems weaker, but I still think it has some use in any tool drop deck, any tool reliant deck. I still think there's some use there because you get that item card, which can be so many different things, plus the tool. So not terrible, probably not the best supporter that we'll see, but still a really good one. Stone Breastplate, we already went over that. This one might break the game. Electricity Generator. Trainer item card, so you can play multiple of these in a single turn. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 2 basic lightning energy cards and attach them to your benched lightning Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle the remaining cards into your deck. This thing is going to be able to accelerate 2 energy from the deck onto your benched Pokemon. Yes, it has to be lightning energy. Yes, it has to be lightning Pokemon, benched, all this stuff. It's still a really powerful card. Anything that can put a card on top of your deck. Let's use Oranguru from Sword and Shield as an example, although it will rotate, so maybe switching cups is a better example. Putting a card on top of your deck, you can guarantee 1 lightning energy. You play this down, maybe you hit a second one in the other 4 cards. You put both those energies onto a Pokemon in play. You attach one that's 3 energies in a single turn. And Miraidon needs 3 energy, right? I mean, I should have pulled this up, but Miraidon. Dawn EX. Should have had this pulled up before. There we go. There's the card. 3 energy right there. So if you can pull that off with this electricity generator, you can have Miraidon EX powered up in 1 turn, hitting 220 damage. Sure, they can't attack next turn, but they still have that tandem unit ability. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic lightning Pokemon, put them on your bench, then shuffle your deck, which one of those can, of course, be a Miraidon, which then you can use that Miraidon's ability to search out more basic lightning Pokemon, which might be another Miraidon. You see how that can cascade. So, Electricity Generator is a phenomenal card. Absolutely phenomenal. If we compare that to Max Elixir. Elixir Pokemon TCG. There we go. So Max Elixir saw a ton of play when it was in the format, and it's an item card that lets you look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach a basic energy, so it's general, any basic energy you find there, to a basic Pokemon on your bench. That's attaching 1 energy. Electricity Generator is attaching 2. Insane. I don't know how that card got made, and how it's going to be balanced in the Scarlet and Violet TCG. But I'm really looking forward to the other cards that will counterbalance it, you know? Interesting stuff. So right there were new cards revealed, and then we have some new products revealed. I don't really like to spend too much time on products, but it is the first Scarlet and Violet products really that we will see. It gets you the 3 starter Pokemon. One of them is a promo. Looks like it gets you, what, a pin, which is pretty nice. My wife will go crazy for those pins. And so you gotta buy 1 of each, and then you got extras, but you've got the promo cards and all that stuff. It comes with giant cards of the original teased cards that came out, so the Koraidon EX and the Miraidon EX that were shown off at Worlds, which didn't have all the information, had a lot of information taken away, including their typing, their stage. There's lots of stuff there that was taken away. It'll have those, and those are cool collector's things, but nothing too serious or anything. And I think they're coming out, January 6th for $20 each. So these will technically be the first releases of Scarlet and Violet. I don't know what else to say. So, I want to hear from you. What do you think is the biggest news to come out recently for the Pokemon TCG? Did I miss any news? Let me know down in the comments if I do miss any news, or if any news is announced the morning that this video comes out, because I'm recording this the night before. You know, maybe I'll make a short or something again, just to make sure all the news is covered. But what do you think of the new Scarlet and Violet set coming out? Do you think that format is going to improve? Do you think rotation is going to make things better, or really hurt certain play styles? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff if you are enjoying the content. It really helps me keep motivated and keep moving forward. And I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to thank you yet again and remind you, until next time, keep playing Jank.